Hello, nice to talk to you all again. I thought it was about time we did another AMA. It's been a while since we updated the community. So we wanted to do this so that you could answer directly some of the questions that the community and individuals have been asking. Yeah, so ask away. We want to do bounties that will grow the project. However, the thing is we want some of the developments of the project to be a bit more advanced first. So bounties like marketing bounties, like bug bounties, all these are very good for the project, but we like the project to have be at a stage where these matter more. This means currently the app is still very infancy. Haven't even rolled out Real ID. We're still the team's still working hard to roll out Real ID, and we are still building up the merchant portal and all that. So we want all this to be in a more advanced stage before more concrete bounties come out. Currently, the bug bounty is always ongoing. So if you use the app and you see any problems with the app and you tell us and it's a good improvement we can make to it, or we actually remove the bug, they will definitely give you some Viola tokens. It's not an issue. So lunch actually is a pure interestingly, we have offline, online, but we are very much a business that we have our own normal margins, we have our own operations. So a lot of it offline, a lot of it focused on perhaps some things that are not so advanced like AI. So when we wanted to do the Viola.AI project, we knew it was big. It's a big project. AI, we could throw big names like AI is huge or that, but the matter of fact, what we in our white paper, what we are targeting was an ambitious project that would need a lot of investment. Will need definitely an injection of funds for us to pursue it. And based on just the resources of Lunch actually, wouldn't have been enough to make the project fast. Yes, we could do it incrementally, but it will nowhere be the speed it will be unless we raise more funding for it. So that was why our strategy was to get funds in through the token sale. But at the same time, we knew that with a community, it will be a better and more smooth process as well, rather than we incubate, this hidden project and it's all by itself. No one else have heard about it. But if we have do an ICO, we get people, the community up involved with it. We talk to them, we get them to work with us to improve things. We knew it would be a lot better a product than if it's just an in-house R&D experiment by Lunch actually. There's a big difference in that sense, what I feel. Saying that, it's no secret that the crypto is entering a really severe winter. Truth is, a lot of the ether that we have raised, we have not sold. So the problem is a lot of that funding is now very depleted in terms of what it used to be because of the price drops. So because there is Lunch actually, we still could carry on with the project. We still could continue to build it. A bit not as fast as we like if we have more funds, but we still could continue. So that's the thing that turns out to be a strength, that there's a company behind this rather than just someone who raised only or by the ICOs, only depend on the ICO. And when the ICO is not there, the funds are not there, then the whole project dies. So in this case, you see that the advantage of having us have a company behind this is the show goes on. Our objective in the future is to use it as a currency. Saying it is still very new, and we are still also figuring out how to do this properly. So we are listed on our second exchange. There's still not much liquidity or buying of Viola tokens. What we want to do is create a real good utility based on the developments we are doing as well. So at this point, we will allow use of Viola tokens to give a certain amount. Our plans is to give a certain amount of discount first, because we still need to operate business in order to sustain the project because of the way the crypto winter is going. But going forward in the future, we would allow it to be used as a currency for all our various platforms as well as all our various services. including offline services or online services. It will be the currency or the credit system of the whole ecosystem we're building. The good news is we have made a breakthrough with the merchant system, and we are currently there's a project currently to do to actually really expand the role of the merchant portal in actually giving Violet token utility. As talks are in the final stage of closing, I cannot say so much, but these discussions and plans are good for the utility of Violet tokens. If we were only to rely on the AI, it'll be a long while. So we are pragmatic, we want it to be faster. So the merchant portal may be the key to quicker utility of Violet tokens. We will share more once the deal is done and we have more to show. Oh yes, actually quite very astute observation. Our soft launch of the new merchant strategy is targeted around there. So yeah, that would be, but we are targeting a certain niche first. So once I can announce more information when the deal is done, I will announce it, and definitely everyone can come together and give their ideas and views on how to make it better. But we feel, yes, it's the merchant portal that may be the key to earlier utility of the tokens, which then gives intrinsic value to the Violet credit total tokens. Of course, we compared a lot of different exchanges. Some of them still want the arm and leg, and you do recall we did not hit our hard cap, and now the funds we have raised also have dropped in prices. So with that, we had to see a good balance between volume and the cost to list. And X rates was that what we felt was a good balance, because people were clamoring for another exchange. We needed another exchange also to get certain listings up. So we felt that was the good balance between the volume it had and the price we had to pay. At this point, we are pretty much still focused on developing that utility. According to the white paper we had, any reserve, except for the bounty and rewards, any reserve the company has is frozen for 1 year. So if we want to sell Violet tokens, we will have to buy it from the market first and sell it off the counter. So that is the good news, but we are not ready yet for that, hence that's why none of that was done. We are still pushing forward with the development of Viola.AI as well as the merchant portal, with a greater emphasis on the merchant portal now. Because of the mood of the conditions, we feel the merchant portal, as mentioned, will bring about a better result for the utility of the tokens in the short and medium run. So what happens, we raised bulk of it in Ether. So everyone knows what that story is like now. So obviously we didn't sell it because it was so low. So we have been using pretty much some of the cash we did spend, but a lot of our own company resources to sustain this project. Saying that is the advantage of us being a company, right? So a lot of people would have just quit or just give up. But because we actually believe in the vision of this project, we would still make sure it goes on, maybe a bit slower, but make sure we do deliver something. And we didn't have the biggest ICO, the biggest funds raised, but at the same time we are grateful for the community and the people who bought our token and believe in this vision. And we believe these are our best ambassadors. We hope that this pessimism about crypto and anything related to it will pass, and the sun will shine again. But meanwhile, this project still carries on. We'll carry on building it, we carry on developing it, and we carry on striving to build some utility into the tokens, and we carry on updating our community as best as we can. We know it's not easy for you all. I know there's been complaints. Why is Violet token price is so low? The thing is, when you invest in a project where the MVP was just launched, and we are still developing hard on it, it will not be immediate. Even every other project needs some sort of development time. to before the project can really fulfill its potential. Same here, but unfortunately it may take slightly longer than we hope. But you know what, we are going to persist on. In Pareto's 80-20, all these burning listing exchanges are unnecessary, but secondary to the need to build something useful that Violet tokens has a role in. So that's our focus. For burning, I would prefer just to burn it one shot, so we don't have to think about it, and we can just focus on development. Unless we have strong opposition to us doing that, because that's what we promised in our white paper. Once all the things are issued, we will burn the unissued ones that we didn't manage to sell, and that was the promise we made. But unless there's some huge economic advantage for Violet tokens, which I'm not seeing at this point, if we stagger it, I'm open to changing my mind, but at this point we would rather just burn it one shot and just move on and focus on building something of value. Not understanding the issue as much, I would say that's a good to have. I think that the responsible thing is to focus on building up what we said in the white paper, and also what we are the plans for the merchant portal. That is the key development that we want to be focused on, and hence I think that will be our focus, not building new wallets, but building something of value to the merchants or to the users. I still remember the exuberance of January, so that was that's the high point. And I think, I mean, now that we have done, the ICO is completed, we've seen crypto go through a very severe downturn, and anything related to crypto is, dealt with skepticism and pessimism. In our view, we are still optimistic, because we see, working with the community of developers, of people who are building on crypto or that, there's a lot of people fighting hard to build projects of value, projects that will unleash the potential of blockchain and crypto. So we see as eventually you'll get there. We do not know and are able to predict when that will be. But if the teams are like us, who are still trying to build a good product, that believe that there's a future in this, and believe that we should keep our word and persist and be responsible to people who bought tokens from us. We feel that even though they are scammers, I've seen a good part of the community still committed to this path. So that's what I would say. It looks dark now, but often it's darkest before there's light. So do work with us. I know some of us will lose faith, some of us will be disappointed, some of us may even be angry, but regardless of how you all feel, we will still continue to push on for Viola.AI, its merchant portal, and strive to build that utility for the token. Okay, so yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you so much.
Okay.